Hello. Just a short video from me. I'll do it while I'm driving, I think. Nice sunny day. Let's see where we're going. Yeah, I'll talk about electric cars today. Of course, it's really busy around here today. It's my usual place. I'm driving ups and downs. It's very busy. Yeah, talking about electric cars. That range is one of my big things. It's range, and I suppose you've got your car, say a car with 160 mile range, about an average now, I suppose. And you go into a journey of, well, say 160 miles. So you're stretching it. But you come to the 160 miles range and get your destination with no stopping, because you're averaging, say, 40 miles an hour. So it's taking you 4 hours. And you've got your destination. You're obviously well short on charge. You may have been a bit anxious as well, because you'd be well short on charge. But you've made it. To your destination. Or the other alternative is you've planned a stop, and so there's a bit of traffic here. Yeah, so you planned your stop, and you're gunning it. You're going for gold. So you spend a bit of time planning your stop, but your average speed was not 40, say it's 55. So your trip is shorter by, say, about the amount of time the other guys got. So you've both got to destination at the same time. One's pushed it and has had a stop, and the other one's leisurely done it and hasn't had a stop. So really it's where you pay your money, and you get whatever you want, whatever you choose to do. Now, it could say that, well, if you're in a fossil car, you wouldn't need to stop at all. So on that journey, if you're doing it by time factor, fossil car, well, of course fossil car will win. It will do it quicker, because you don't need to stop. And you could drive for quicker speed. Or you could say that, well, it's quite a long journey. You really, 160 miles, you quite like to stop for your PPE, which is what? Your pie, for you a bit of a rest and a bit of exercise. So, I was going to say pee, piss and pie. So that'd be PPP. Anyway, that's not here nor there. So it's your choice. How are you going to go about your journey? You're going to push it a bit and stop, or gently roll there and not stop. And if you're doing it for work, I suppose you'd be pushing it really. Well, yeah, but how do you want to work it out? Because it's no quicker. It was no quicker stopping, because you had to stop for about an hour. On the other hand, you stop for about an hour, you can have your biscuits and your coffee and so I don't know. It's whatever you fancy really. And as I say, it's quicker in a fossil car because you don't have to stop. Unless you want to go to the toilet, in which case you might you're better off an electric car, or you're no worse off, because you've gone for your drink. You've gone for your coffee while the car's charging. So there's that. Now, in other terms, the guy's taking it easy. Because say, this is of course theoretical. It's a round trip, so he's taking it easy. He's gone from home to home, and he's used up all his charge, and he's used 40 kilowatts of power. 40 kilowatt hours of power. So that has actually cost me, because I charge overnight at 5p a kilowatt. So that charge has cost me £2. That 160 mile drive has cost me £2. That's really cheap, isn't it? The other guy has pushed on a bit and has stopped on the journey for a charge. That journey has cost him, because he wouldn't need a full charge, he just need a bit of a charge. So say the charge would cost him £3. So that journey has cost him £2 at home, £3. It's probably a bit cheaper than that because he wouldn't use all of it up. So say 2 and 2. So that journey's 2, 2, 4. No, maybe that journey has cost him £5. So it's cost one person £2. The other person that stops in the electric car, it's cost them £5 because he's pushed on a bit. And the person, we're talking about 160 miles here. The person in the fossil car has used. Gosh, people are driving straight into me. It's weird. Let's see. He's doing 30 miles to the gallon, and he's pushed on a bit, so he's not used. So he is doing 30 miles to the gallon. How many gallons is that? 3, 6, 9, 4, 5. Say 5 gallons. He's used 5 gallons. That's at about £5 a gallon. He's used £25 worth of fuel. So one person's cost £2, one person's cost £5, and the other person's cost £25. And that's just on one trip. You can imagine doing these trips many times a year. So you can see electric cars are really, really cheap to run. I mean, bonkers cheap to run. I'm driving this around now, and I probably wouldn't be doing this drive around because I'm driving around to amuse myself. But if I was driving around in a fossil diesel car, I would use it'd be pretty expensive. And this is obviously expense is of no consequence. This car is Tesla Model 3, so it's really efficient. But if you had a less efficient car, say a Jaguar I-Pace, which are pretty inefficient and would probably use about twice the amount of electricity. But as I say, on my theoretical 160 mile trip, it cost as little as £2 an electric car. In the Jaguar I-Pace, it would have cost them £4, so it's still nothing. So it really doesn't matter, I suppose, about the I-Pace being so inefficient, because the electricity is so cheap. I mean, if the I-Pace was efficient, and because it's got a big battery, and did the trip with efficiency, of course it would be amazing, because you could push on and do it cheap and not stop. But you probably will have to stop the Jaguar because it's really a very inefficient car. So you pay your money and take your choice, but there's no doubt about it, electric cars are very, 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 very cheap to run and dear to buy. So but if you get into it, you get your money back. And if you keep your electric car, and the depreciation of electric car is really low, you're going to get your money back because they don't depreciate. So I always recommend electric car. Well, of course I will. I've got one. I've got 2, and they are both wonderful. And you can never go back. You can never go back to a fossil. And it's clean. Not many people, you're supposed to say it's clean because that's a no-no, because it means you're a bit of a hippie, and you're not supposed to say. Not many people, especially in journalists, bloody hell, journalists never ever, because journalists tend to be petrol people, and they petrol and diesel car fans. They will never ever say electric car has got the benefit of being cleaner. Never. It's just not said. I mean, as I'm driving along here, you can hear what I hear. The car's really, really quiet. It's really relaxing. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about politics today because it's all too gloomy, too sad, and it's a nice sunny day. So, as I say, if you can get an electric car, get an electric car. Even if, Nissan Leafs early ones, not so great. But in the long run, you can get one. There's one for sale the other day, and I was tempted because I've got to stop leasing, because I lease 2 cars, and the lease ends up expensive. I mean, I started leasing electric cars because I thought, well, they are going to get better very quickly, and they have done. So I didn't want to sort of buy an electric car and then find it's outdated with bigger batteries, longer range. But now I think it's stabled out a bit, really. 200 mile range is about minimum you want, and 400 mile range would be heaven. So next car I'm going to have will be not as nice as this one, because I've got to buy the bloody thing. I mean, I was tempted to buy as a runabout, because I still feel I would quite like to have 2 cars, because my wife uses a car. A Nissan Leaf. It's been well looked after. It's an old one. I think it's about 2012. Doesn't time fly? That's old now. And it was 5,500 on eBay. £5,555. And it'd been well looked after. It's quite low mileage, and it probably will go on for a long time. Still had about 100 mile range in it, even after all that time, because it's been looked after. It's been looked after properly. So and it's local as well. I was quite tempted, but I didn't go for that because I'm going to wait for the leases to run out and see what I can get. My flavour of the month at the moment, but I keep changing my mind, and only because they're not just only, they're useful as well, is an MG ZS. You can't beat it for the price. You get a virtually new one for less than 20,000. You know, one with 100 miles on it or something. Just been pre-registered. That's all it's done. Hasn't moved at all. I've just registered it. £20,000. It's got to be the cheapest electric car in Britain, and they're quite useful. They got plenty of space. They got, if you get the exclusive model, you get a nice sunroof, and there's plenty of room. It's a family-sized car. It's got lots of pluses about it. I mean, obviously, it's not as nice as a Korean one with a 64 kilowatt battery, a Kia or a Hyundai would do 250 mile range. It's about 100 miles more than the MG, but they are £10,000 more. And I'm not sure, that's 50% more, and I'm not sure you're getting 50% more in car overall. You might get 50% more range, but the rest of the car is as it is. It's just so the MG looks like it's going to be on my shopping list, because I can't afford something as lovely as what I'm sitting in, which is absolutely wonderful. So anyway, I'll probably go now, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.